Hello and welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about the gender-based violence. Okay, so gender-based violence, this is the violence which involves men and women, where the female is always the victim. So it involves the violence involves men and women, where the female is always the victim. So it involves the opposite sex, where the female is mostly affected. Okay, so let's also look at forms of gender-based violence. So it comes in three forms, which are physical violence, psychological violence, and structural violence. And physical violence, this is the violence which is directly towards the body. It is directed towards the body, which involves the beating, fighting, like beating, shooting, and even the injury which is just direct to the body. That's physical violence. And psychological violence, the form of violence concerned with violence towards the mind. So psychological violence disturbs the mind or affects directly the mind. And the structural violence is the violence that exists within the structures of our institutions. So this structural violence happens or takes place in our institutions, in our workplaces. Okay, so let's also look at the cause. What are some of the causes of gender-based violence? You may be wondering, what are the causes of gender-based violence? So gender-based violence is caused by, firstly, by the belief that men provoke men. So if you believe that women provoke men, that can also cause violence. And secondly, petty jealousies. Petty jealousy can also cause violence, gender-based violence. And drunkenness, when you're drunk, drunkenness can also cause gender-based violence. And suspected marital affairs. Suspected marital affairs is mostly the one which causes gender-based violence in our communities. And then number 5, that is low self-esteem by the perpetrators, can also cause gender-based violence. And the last one is the belief that men show love by beating their wives. Men show love by beating their wives. So if you believe in this myth, then you can cause violence in your home. Okay, so let's also look at effects of gender-based violence. So those were the causes. Now let's look at the effect. What can be the effect of gender-based violence in our community? So gender-based violence can cause family disputing, quarreling in the family, in our homes. That can also be caused by gender-based violence. Suicide. The other part may commit suicide because of gender-based violence. You've beaten your woman, your wife, then you can't hold it to be jailed for some years, so you just commit suicide. So that can also be caused by gender-based violence. And then permanent disabilities, you can be permanently disabled. Okay, so that can also be caused by gender-based violence. And unplanned pregnancies. Lastly is physical and mental injuries. Physical and mental injuries can be caused by gender-based violence. So thank you very much for watching my video. Wish you're going to subscribe and like my video so that you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you very much.